Radha Krishna Pranamora Radha Krishna Pranamora Yugala Kishore जीवने मरणे गति हर नाही कालिंदीर कुले केली कलंबेरो रतना वेदीरा पर गोसबो जाना श्याम गौरी अंगे देवो चंदनेर गंधा चामरडुलाभ कवे तेरी मुख चंद्र गतिया माला तीरमाला जीवो दोहार गले अधरे तुरिया दिवो कपूरता ललिता विशाखायादि यत सखी वृंदा आज्ञाया करिब सेवा शरणारविंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दासेरनुदास सेवायाभिराश करे नरोत्तम दास हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Radhe Radhe. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Jagannath. Nittai Gauranga, Jaya Nittai Gauranga, Nittai Gauranga, Jaya Nittai Gauranga. पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद, जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। Hare Krishna. We are going to continue where we left last time. Last time we discussed, I'll just show you the section. Chaitanya dancing in front of the Rath cart, 13th chapter of the Madhya Lila of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Is my sound audible to all of you behind? Is it loud enough? Okay. See here, I'll make it a little bigger for you. We completed all these things. Harichandan getting a slap from Srivas Thakur.
जिनको हिंदी में ट्रांसलेशन सुनना है
हाँ माइक is coming.
हरे कृष्णा, जिनको हिंदी में ट्रांसलेशन सुनना है प्रभु जी का क्लास, पीछे सीताकांत प्रभु है डोर के पास, वहां असेंबल हो जाइए, आपको इमीडिएट हिंदी में ट्रांसलेशन होगा। हरे कृष्ण।
Actually, I have done this series in 2 to 3 classes. This is the last class, 4th class I'm doing. So I didn't want to change the language. This I will do in English. अभी आज के क्लास में इंग्लिश में करूंगा। ये होने के बाद अगर आप सबको हिंदी ज़्यादा पसंद हो तो अगले सत्र जब दूंगा मैं तब हिंदी से एक सीरीज चालू करेंगे, ठीक है? एक्चुअली हाँ, यू कैन टेक वर्ड. जितने लोगों को हिंदी अच्छा लगता है हिंदी में, ओके, ओके. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू वांट इन इंग्लिश? Oh, English is good number. Yeah, majority is English. So then that's why last time also we checked, I think. See, afterwards we discussed this one, recitation of prayers by Lord Chaitanya and Swarup Damodar in front of the Rath card. That section, part of it we completed. Now, 137, I'll go to that verse. It's a very, very special, interesting section. Today we will cover up to 167. 137 to 167. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will teach us the Vrindavan mode. Already I covered a little bit. Still we will just revise it.
हरे कृष्णा. प्लीज डोंट टॉक. जो लोग हिंदी सुनना चाहते हैं थोड़ा पीछे जाइए, आवाज मत कीजिए. हरे कृष्णा.
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम राम. ये थोड़ा ध्यान, you have to hear it with little attention in order to catch this meter. This is verse number 137. If any of you want to see in your mobile, you can see Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, 13th chapter, text number 137. अन्यर हृदय मन मोर मन वृंदावन मने वने एक करी जानी. ताहा तोमार पदद्वय करह यदि उदय तबे तोमार पूर्ण कृपा मानी. Here, this is a very important section of this chapter. We all belong to the Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya. In this Sampradaya, the most lovingly worshipped deity are the divine couple, Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. And therefore, I sang their song, Radha Krishna Pranamor Yugala Kishore. In some Sampradayas, they worship only Radharani. They give a lot of importance to Radharani. Some Sampradayas, they give importance to Lakshmi Narayan worship. In some Sampradaya, they worship Balakrishna. Laddu Krishna, Balakrishna is their favorite for them. Like one poet says, Gopala Balam. May this form of Bala Gopal, may that always reside in my heart. Like that he prays. So one who is stealing butter. So in different sampradayas, the Lord's different favorite forms are worshipped, as you all know. In our sampradaya, we worship Radha and Krishna as the divine couple, as we worship Radha, Madan, Mohan. And this form was very dear to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's heart. Mahaprabhu once said, Shama Sundar, Yashodanandan, Iha Matra Jani. He says, these two forms are most dear to my heart. He says, Sham Sundar is the Radha Krishna form. Yashodanandan is the darling of Yashoda, small baby Krishna. These two are the ones which are constantly my object of meditation, like that is saying. So, actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself coming to teach us bhakti. It's like a PhD teacher coming and teaching us ABCD. It's like that. Although we are very young in devotion service, he's coming and teaching us. Actually, Krishna himself wants to teach the world how he wants his devotees to become attracted to him and express their devotion to him. So, here, adopting the mood of the Vrijabasis, here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is singing in front of the Rath cart of Jagannath Baladev Subhadra. He's saying here that, my dear Lord Jagannath, my heart is Vrindavan. And it is non-different from Vrindavan. Mane vane ekakari jani. Therefore, if you come to Vrindavan and put your lotus feet in Vrindavan, that means you have accepted to reside in our hearts. So you all may be knowing one famous song. Where the Mridanga player is gone? You can play, yeah. मम मन मंदिरे रहनिषे रे कृष्ण मुरारे श्री कृष्ण मुरारे मम मन मंदिरे रहनिषे कृष्ण मुरारी भक्ति प्रीति माला चंदन भक्ति तुम नियो है नियो चित्तनंदन जीवन मरण तव पूजा निवेदन सुंदर हे मनहारी हे सोनंद कुमार आनंद कुमार नंद कुमार तवे प्रेम प्रदीप आरती तोमार नयन यमुना जनयनि बार कुमार विरहे गिरिधारी वंदन गाने तब भजुग जीवन कृष्ण मुरारी श्री कृष्ण मुरारी वंदन गाने तब भजुग जीवन कृष्ण मुरारी श्री कृष्ण मुरारी कृष्ण मुरारी श्री कृष्ण मुरारी. So in this song, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is singing, Hey Krishna Murari. Murari means one who is killer of demon, Mura. Anybody knows where was that Mura living? You know that? There is a place called as Prag Jyotishpur. In Prag Jyotishpur, there was a huge palace of one Asura called Bhaumasura. So that Bhaumasura's palace was guarded by Mura demon. The whole walls were electrified. And there was also a water, like a moat around the palace, where man-eating crocodiles were living. So nobody can enter that palace. And this fellow arrested 16,000 princesses from all over the world in a jail. So Krishna did not have to cross the moat. He flew in a Garuda directly, the top. First he killed Mura, demon. So therefore Krishna's name came to be called as Mura Ari. So Sri Krishna Murari. Why I am calling you as Murari? Because in my heart also there are some demons residing. These demons are putting stumbling block in my bhakti towards you. So I want to be a pure devotee, but there are so many unwanted, unceremonious desires in the mind. So kill those desires which are like Mura demon is telling. Just like you came and killed Mura, you killed Bhaumasura, and you took away all the 16,000 princesses and married them, accepted them as your wives in Dwaraka. Like that you accept me also. That's the meaning. And he's saying, come and live in my mind day and night. Raha Nishi Din is saying, day and night, come and live in my mind. And you may ask, what will I do for you? He's saying, Bhakti, Priti, Mala, Chandan, Tuminiyo. He's saying, I will offer you my devotion, I'll offer you garland, I'll offer you Chandan, and my love, all these things I'll offer for you. And I'll offer you a lamplight of my love by Prema Pradeepe Arati Tomar, I will do. And then I will make many bhoga offerings for you and feed you. I will dress you very beautifully, decorate you with ornaments and worship you. So he says that, in your separation, I'm feeling like Yamuna and Ganga are flowing from my eyes. Tears of love for you. When will you come? When will you occupy my heart? Like that he's asking. So it's similar meaning here also. Anyara hridaya mana mora mana vrindavana mane vane yeka kari jani. Bole. ताहा तोमार पदद्वय करह यदि उदय तबे तोमार पूर्ण कृपा मानी. For all of us Vrajavasis, Vrindavan is our life and soul. Because when you go to Govardhan, we see your footprints in Govardhan. Because you and your covered boyfriend used to play in the Govardhan mountain. When we go to the banks of Yamuna, we can see your footprints. Even now, you are running along with Balaram in the bank of Yamuna with other covered boys. And when we enter the forest of Braj, hearing the cuckoos cooing, we are remembering your sweet voice. Seeing the peacocks dancing, we are feeling that you are around somewhere nearby. So all these places in Vrindavan are reminding us of you when the bumblebees are humming. So all of them are hankering to see your beautiful form and hear your sound of your flute. Therefore, please put your lotus feet in Vrindavan. And if you put your feet in Vrindavan, we will consider as good as you have entered our hearts and taken the throne on our heart. Like that, they are praying. Radharan is praying. Prananata shunamora satya nivedana. Raja amar sadhana taha tomar sangama na paile na rahe jivana. If you don't come to Vrindavan and put your lotus feet in Vrindavan, then we all cannot maintain our lives. We will die. Then Krishna may ask them, then how are you still living? I left long before. How are you still living? They say, we are living because you gave us a hope that you will come back. If that hope string was not there, we would have died long ago. And not only that, we don't want to die because if we die and you return back to Vrindavan, there will be no one to serve you. Therefore, we want to keep ourselves alive to serve you. Like that they are saying. This is the last verse I did last time. Purve Buddhavadvare. Purve Buddhavadvare. Ebe sakshat amare. Yoga jnane ka hila upaya. तुम्हें विदग्ध कृपामय जान अमर हृदय मोरे आइचे कहते नायुयाय. See, they are saying, earlier you sent Uddhava in order to directly to us. At the time, you all may be knowing in Krishna book, you might have read this. One day, Vijayavasi is waiting for Krishna. They saw at a distance a chariot. And they thought, oh, already this Akrura came and took away Krishna. Now second time he has come with the chariot. Why? Probably he has to come to take away our lives also. They were saying. But then in that chariot, there was a bluish personality. And who looked like Krishna from a distance. So all the gopis became curious. So they all ran to that place. But as they approached near, they understood it is not Krishna, it is Uddhava. Krishna's cousin brother. And Uddhava is a very, very pure devotee of Krishna. Very favorite devotee of Krishna. Krishna himself says that. There is one sloka which says, Vrishninam pravaro mantri Krishnasya daita saka Brihaspat sakshat Brihaspati Shishyo Brihaspate sakshat Uddhavo buddhi sattamaha This is a Bhagavatam verse only. Bhagavatam says that Uddhava Buddhi Satamaha means very intelligent personality was Uddhava. Because first minister Krishna would consult always was Uddhava in his palace in Dwaraka. Rishinam Pravaro Mantri. And he was Daitasya Krishna, Krishnasya Daita Sakha means very dear Sakha of Krishna. One time Krishna told Uddhava, you are dear to me more than Shiva and Brahma and even Lakshmi also, he said. And then Krishna said, you are dear to me more than myself also, he said. You are so dear to me. So very, very intimate associate of Krishna, Uddhava. And Krishna sent him here to Vrindavan with a one-line message in a chit and told him, Uddhava, pass this message to the gopis of Vrindavan. So here they are saying that, Purve Uddhava Dware, Yebe Sakshat Amare, Yoga Jnane Kahila Upay. Basically, Uddhava read out that line and elaborated on it for 3 months. He told them, Krishna says, my dear gopis, since I am the super soul in the heart of all living beings, you can never be separated from me. Like that he gave. That was the only sentence Krishna wrote. But to elaborate that, Uddhava, 3 months he explained about Krishna, what he said. So Yoga Jnana means Uddhava told the gopis, I will teach you how you can sit and meditate and take Krishna out of your mind. But we adopted the path of Jnana, adopted the path of yoga. But we are not able to take you out of our minds, they said. See, how is it possible? We sadhakas are struggling to remember Krishna. When we are sitting with the Japamala, our mind is wandering all over the world. How is it that gopis are not able to take Krishna out of their minds? You may wonder how such a strong remembrance they had. Regarding this, once Narada came to Vrindavan, and the gopis asked the same question to Narada. How can we forget Krishna and remain peaceful? We are in so much anxiety. When will he come? When will he come? How can we get rid of him from our minds? So Narada told them that when a wax melts, sometimes in sealing a packet, they have this wax, they melt it, and they add some powder, red powder or yellow powder to that. You've seen that? You add the powder, color powder, it becomes mixed with the color. And then you seal it in 1, 2, 3, 4 places. After you seal and dry it, it becomes a hard seal. That hard seal will have the color inside, but you cannot extract the color outside anymore once it becomes hard. Similarly, Narada said, Gopis, you all have sung Krishna's pastimes and glories with a melted heart like a melted wax. At that time, Krishna has entered into your heart. And now once the wax has become dry now, you cannot remove it. Similarly, once Krishna enters the heart, nobody can remove him. And you all will have that experience in a small way. I will tell you how. Srila Vishwanath Thakur explains in one commentary in 11th canto. He says, anyone who has eaten Krishna's prasad will not be able to eat outside food anymore, he says. That means as soon as you pick up outside food, you know that it is not prasad. So you just spit it. Because the tongue has become addicted to Krishna's mercy, prasad. Anyone who has heard Hare Krishna music repeatedly, and even once also one who has heard it, they will not want to hear cinema songs anymore, he says. And anyone who has become attracted to the Krishna's deity form, Krishna is a supreme hero, Radharani is a supreme heroine. Swami and Swamini, Bhagavan and Bhagavati, Shaktiman and Shakti. Once you develop attachment to them, then all the cinema heroes, heroines, you will throw them far away. Why? Because cinema heroes, heroines, they shine for a short time. After that, they get old. Like we lose our tooth, they also lose their tooth. Correct or not? They lose their tooth, their hair also becomes, jet black hair becomes white hair. Clean faces become wrinkled faces. Tooth also goes out, 1 out, 2 out, all out. Everything. Ears are hard of hearing. They also become old. But most of the celebrities, they will not want to show their face when they get very old. They won't come out because they're afraid. People know us how we looked before. Now they don't want to show their face in the camera. So they are compared to a glowworm. A glowworm shines in the night, morning it has no value. Whereas Krishna is like a sun. So which is shining continuously, glowworm or the sun? Sun. That once you get Krishna's beauty you see, you will not be attracted to any other beauty, he says. Similarly, once you become a devotee, then you gradually become like a swan. You like swans association. You don't like to associate with crows. Crows are sitting in a, like a dustbin, pulling out dirty things. But swans are sitting in a Manasarovar lake, drinking milk and leading a pure life. So Chakravarti Thakur says that. But some of you may say, Prabhu, I have come to Krishna consciousness, still I have those world attractions. That means then you are like a swan with some black feathers of the crow also. You have to remove those black feathers still. But eventually, everybody who is in good association of devotees, they will become like swans. So, therefore, they are saying, Narada told the gopis that you cannot take Krishna out because once Krishna catches you, he will not leave you. Just like he caught hold of Putana. Sa muncha malamiti alamiti. She says, Sa ancha malamiti, which means, chod re, like that she shouted, Putana. Because Krishna was catching her breast and sucking the milk as a small baby. So His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj said, भगवान कृष्ण सिर्फ पकड़ना चाहते हैं, पकड़ते हैं तो छोड़ते नहीं. When he holds on to somebody, he will not leave. So even all of us, that's one of our hope. If you come to Krishna, then he will not leave you very easily. There was one devotee who wanted to leave ISKCON. He was a brahmachari in the temple. He wanted to leave and he wanted to do sense gratification in the outside world like anybody else. He said, these people have spoiled me. Always saying, chant Hare Krishna, take prasad, live with devotees, study Bhagavad Gita. They have controlled me too much. Now I want to be out of control. Just go out and enjoy the world. So he left everything and then first thing he wanted to do was to surf, go for surfing. So he went for surfing in the ocean deeper and deeper. One point of time, there's a big shark which came, opening the mouth like this. If this fellow would turn right, it will go right. Turn left like this. It was about to swallow him. So he was crying. He said, what is this? I thought I will enjoy life. This is the way I enjoy life, by going into the shark's body. Then he remembered that whenever you are in danger, whose name you should call? How do you call? Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum Jwalantam Sarvato Mukham Nrisimham Bhishanam Bhadram Mrityor Namamyaham Shri Narasimha Jaya Jaya Narasimha Prahaladesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Brang. So he recited Narasimha prayers and he closed his eyes and recited, thinking that anyway I am going into the shark's mouth. But he opened the eyes, there was no more shark. Shark went underwater. So this fellow hurriedly returned back to the ocean. And he thought, my Lord, I got a second life now. Nevertheless, his mind told him, anyway, Krishna gave you a second life. Still, I don't want to go back to temple and again start my spiritual life. We will see later. Still, he had a lingering desire for enjoying life. Then he immediately booked a flight ticket, went to the airport. There some Matajis were distributing books, Prabhupada books. They were coming and showing the book to him. He was thinking, Krishna is not leaving me anywhere I go. Then he just turned his face away and went. At last he sat in the plane and he thought, first I'll go home and I'll enjoy. When he sat in the plane, he heard somebody disturbing his sleep. He was actually dozing, but then the neighbor was murmuring, sound. He was seeing, what is the sound? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare was chanting. Then he looked around. It was sannyasi was sitting. Danda, ISKCON sannyasi was sitting. So then ISKCON sannyasi preached to him. Instead of landing at home, he landed in another ISKCON temple. Yeah. Anyway, why I told you, Krishna doesn't leave his devotees very easily once you come to Krishna, because Krishna feels they have come to me, how I can leave them. So, that like that Narada told them, Krishna will not leave your heart, he said. And then they are saying that, we don't know anyway. There is no, he's saying that, although you know me very well, you are still instructing me in Jnana Yoga and Dhyana Yoga. It is not right for you to do so, she's telling. चित्त काढ़ी तो माहिते विषय चाही लगाईते यत्न करी नारी काढ़ी बारे. तारे ध्यान शिक्षा करह लोक हसाय अमर स्थान स्थान न करे विचारे. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is continuing, he is saying, I would like to withdraw my consciousness from you and engage it in material activities But even though I try, I cannot do so. I am naturally inclined to you only. Your instructions for me to meditate on you are therefore simply ludicrous. In this way, you are killing me. It's not very good for you to think of me as a candidate for your instructions. Actually, you may be knowing the Yajnik Brahmana's wives, they brought prasadam for Krishna. How many of you know that? They brought prasad for Krishna. You heard that? Yeah. So Yajnik Brahmins are busy doing yajna, but the wives of Brahmins brought for Krishna, Balaram and covered boys. They served prasad to all of them. So after that, all of them said, we want to remain here. Huh? Just like you have your covered boys, you can accept us as covered girls. Huh? And we will also go with you wherever you go. Krishna said, no, you're all Brahmins' wives. You should go back home and serve the husband. But if you want to always be in my association, you should remember me in your mind and chant my holy names. So there is no better way, Krishna said, to remember me always 24 hours other than chanting my Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Chant my holy names, hear my holy fame, pastimes, and then I will always be with you at every moment, he said. So same thing Krishna told gopis. But the gopis are saying, it is useless for us to receive such instruction from you that you are telling us to meditate on you. You will remain in Dwaraka and we will meditate on you in Vrindavan. Nothing doing. You have to come personally, they are saying. You cannot remain there, they are saying. Na hai gopi yogeshwara pada kamala tomara dhyana kari paive santosha. তোমার वाक्य परिपाटी तारा मध्य कुटी नाटी शुनि गोपीर आरो बाड़े रोष. So they're saying, gopis are not like the mystic yogis. They will never be satisfied simply by meditating on your lotus feet and imitating the so-called yogis. Teaching the gopis about meditation is another kind of kutinati, duplicity. When they are instructed to undergo mystic yoga practice, they are not at all satisfied. On the contrary, they become more and more angry with you, they are saying. She's saying rather than saying this. Which means the bhaktas, they always seek the Lord's personal association, company and service to Him. And like you will see, jnanis are so detached from material world, they are also ultimately detached from Krishna also, jnanis. They are so detached that they become detached from God also. And they are thinking, I am only God. And they want to merge in Brahman, that is jnanis. And yogis, they are detached from matter and they are attached to God, but their attachment is only meditating on God in the heart. Dhyana, apasthita tadgatera manasa apashyantiyam yogino. They keep Krishna in their heart as super soul. And they just see the Lord. Oh, the Lord has a beautiful mukut, has a kundal, he is smiling, he has 4 bluish arms, Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. They just meditate. And they are happy with only meditation. But bhaktas, are they happy with only meditation? No. They want to connect with the Lord in 5 rasas. What are the 5 rasas? Shantras, Dasaras, Vachalaras, Sakyaras, and then Vachalaras and Ras. So in these rasas you will find there is an exchange with the Lord. There is an intimate exchange. Like intimacy increases as you go up. Shantaras, there is no service. Like Shantaras means you are wondering how great is the Lord. How amazing He is. You become a tree in Vrindavan and just keep watching how great is Krishna. Like that. Whereas in Dasyaras, you render seva. Like Krishna's servants, Raktak, Patrak, Chitra, they all are carrying, the jeweled jar for water for Krishna. They carry laddu basket for Krishna. They do some seva. And the people in Sakyaras, they play with Krishna, they climb on his shoulders. They play games with Krishna and all. And those who are in Vatsalaras like Yashoda, Nanda, or even Balaram also, they maintain Krishna, they protect Krishna, they control Krishna, they shower affection on Krishna. And personalities like gopis, like Radharani, Lalita, Vishaka, all of them, they are doing 64 activities for Krishna. Dancing for Krishna, singing for Krishna, mimicking for Krishna, dressing for Krishna, doing rangoli for Krishna, mimicking, so many things they are doing. So many varieties of services. So in this way, all are rendering service. So they are saying that we want to render service to you. If you come to our Pune temple, NVCC, in the top you will see a big circle. There will be a very big circle. In the center, what will you find? Radha Krishna will be in the center. And there are 8 petaled lotuses you will find. So earlier, when I was doing the interior decoration of NVCC, I had designed to put Mahavishnu there. And from his bodily pores, millions of planets will come out. That's the original design I had made. So when the architect saw that, he was afraid. He said, if you put a heavy Mahavishnu there, and if the Mahavishnu's portrait falls down, it will not be good. It's not very safe. Such a heavy thing you can't put. Please kindly give another design, he said. Then I took 3 more months. I was researching on various literature. And I got this famous song. I'll sing that song. Only one paragraph you will sing. Ami yamuna puline kadamba kanane keherinu sakhiya Amar shama vamshidhari Manivanta puri lila koile rasarat Tara ashtadalo pari Shri Radha Shri Hari Ashtasaki Parijan Tara Sugitarartane Sabasaki Gane Tushite Yugaladane Takon Krishna Lila Hiri Prakriti Sundari Vistarite Shobhavane Amengare Nadaivo Vane Praveshivo Olilara Seratare. Like that he goes on. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is only singing. He's saying, Tara Ashtadalo Pari. There are 8 petaled lotus in the special word. In each of those petals, one Saki is standing. And Radha and Krishna are at the center. And each Saki, one Saki is playing Mridanga. One Saki is playing Kartal. One Saki is carrying a box of betel nuts and all that. One Saki is carrying garland to put on Krishna. One Saki is painting Radha Krishna's form. Just like you see in that picture behind, you see? Behind there are Ashta Sakis. They are the Ashta Sakis. Gopi Jana Vallabha is in the middle. So, Shoj will show that one. No, with another camera. Yeah. So, you will see all of them are entering different type of services, correct, no? So when I heard this song, the same song we had made the design in our Pune NVCC temple. In the top you find Radha Krishna, Tushiche Yugaladane. Who is Yugal? Radha Krishna. Put them in the center and then all around 8 petals we put 8 Sakis like that. So all are entering service. If you tell a devotee, I'll give you an easy chair to relax, take prasad and go to sleep, devotee will cry. How can you deprive me of seva? And you give seva to your devotee, he will delight. Is it correct or not? Actually, it is not correct in a conditioned stage. In conditioned stage, if somebody gives us a big plate of prasad and easy chair to relax, you will say, such a merciful Prabhuji. You will say. Whereas liberated souls like gopis, 1 minute they cannot be idle. Vrindavan, some gopi is milking the cow, somebody is boiling the cow, somebody is making the butter, somebody is cooking for Krishna, somebody is making garland for Krishna, somebody is making ornaments for Krishna, somebody is stitching dress for Krishna. So, gopis are very fond of serving the Lord. So, they are saying, don't deprive us of service. We can't just sit and meditate on you. देह स्मृति नहीं यार संसार कूप कहाँ तार ताहा है तेना चाहे उद्धार विरह समुद्र जले कामति में गिले गिले गोपी गण नेह तार पार. Very, very amazing verse it is. They are saying, many of the yogis, jnanis are begging you, Krishna, for moksha. But we don't want moksha, they are saying. Why? Deha smriti nahi yaar. We don't even remember that we have a body. We only are remembering you 24 hours. It is said the gopis' remembrance of Krishna was so deep, they forgot themselves only completely. You can see that sometimes a mother is serving a child, she forgets her comforts. Have you seen that? Huh? She forgets her sleep, her eating, her comforts. She forgets her body. Similar gopis are saying, Deha smriti nahi yaar, we have forgotten our own bodies. And samsara gopa kahantar, how will you deliver us from samsara to go to Brahma Jyoti? We don't want such liberation. Taha haite na chahe uddar, we don't want liberation from this world. Viraha samudra jale kamantamingile gile gopi gane neha tara par. Actually, we are all feeling separation from you because you have left Vrindavan and gone away. Huh? If you come back to Vrindavan and we can get service opportunity for you, that's all we want. We don't want anything else, they are saying. Vrindavana Govardhana Yamuna Pulinavana Say Kunjera Sadikalila. Say Vraja Raja Jana Mata Pita Bandhu Gana Bada Chitra Ke Mane Pasarila. Bada Chitra. It's a great wonderment, Krishna. Kemane Pasarila. What kind of person are you? They are saying that, Vrindavan, Govardhan, and the Tata of Yamuna, and the Kadamakan forest, and the Kunjas, where he performed so many leelas. And not only all these places, but Sayi Vrajer Vrajajana, your life and soul, Vrindavan Vasis, your Mata Yashoda, Pita Nanda, and your Bandhugana, all your covered boys, covered girls. Bharat Chitra Kemani Pasarila. How amazing it is that you coolly forgot all of us and you gone to another place. Huh? Don't you feel the pinch of missing them? Don't you miss us? They are asking. Huh? See, for Krishna, Vrindavan Vasis are life and soul. Huh? One time, when Uddhava returned back after going to Vrindavan, he came back to Dwaraka. And Krishna Balaram were very eager to hear about what happened in Vrindavan. And Uddhava narrated the whole story, how 3 months he spoke on Krishna and the gopis, when they were all attentively hearing. In the middle of the class, some of the gopis got up. Huh? One gopi started extending the end of her sari, telling all the other gopis, hey, all of you Vrindavan Vasis, come under the shade of this Govardhan. So she was giving shade of Govardhan to everybody. Another gopi climbed on the shoulder of gopi with her 2 legs and said, hey, Kalya, today I am not going to spare you. I will subdue you today. So in this way, different gopis performed different leelas in the middle of the class. And Uddhava was amazed. The gopis have got into Divyonmad. They have got into Leela Pravesh. They entered into the Leela and they got Divyonmad. We say no, Leela Pravishta, we say no. So Uddhava cried tears. He said, I am only a jnani. I have so much knowledge. But these gopis of Vrindavan have accepted the pure love for Krishna, which is my goal also. I also want to be like them. Then he told, let me become a tree in Vrindavan and witness this wonderful devotion of these devotees. First he said. Then he said, if I am a tree, I will be just watching. Let me become a plant, he said. But even a plant, maybe in the side, the gopis may sometimes touch the plant. But let me become a grass, he said in Vrindavan. Asamaho charanarena jushamaham syam Vrindavane kimapi gulma lataushadinam. Later he says, let me become a small grass. When all the Vrindavan Vasis walk, especially the gopis, their dust will come on my head. And by that dust, I will also develop little prema for Krishna. Like that he is saying. So such is the devotion of these gopis. So Vrindavan Vasis in general and gopis in specific are known for their spontaneous love, Raga Bhakti we call it. See, what is Raga Bhakti and Vaidya Bhakti? There's a earth and sky difference between the two. Raga Bhakti means it spontaneously, it comes from the heart. I'll tell you one example. Say one sannyasi is coming at 12 o'clock at night in the airport. So there is one brahmachari who requested the manager, Prabhu, I came to know that so-and-so Swami is coming, midnight to airport. Would you please give me permission? I can go to receive him. He said, so manager said, by all means. Generally, it is very difficult to get one fellow to go at midnight to receive somebody. You are ready to go, most welcome. So he took the car and received Swami. But before going to airport, he arranged a beautiful garland to be put for the Swami. Then he had cooked prasad with his own hands for him. Then he brought the Maharaj, took him to his room and he put his garland and then he gave him special feast prasad, served him personally with his own hand, washed his plates, washed his clothes. Next day, he took some appointment and sat with him 2 hours and asked questions to him. He associated with him very nicely and he took his permission to write mails to him and everything. And that Maharaj went. Now, on another occasion, there was another Maharaj I saw, he was coming at 10:30 at night. So manager was going around, who can go to receive him? Everybody said, Prabhu, if you don't get anybody, then you call me, I will come. Because 10:30 at night means plane comes at 10:30, sometimes it's a little late. By the time you go to sleep, it's 11:30, 12. You have to come for Mangalarti. So, Prabhu, if you can find somebody else, it will be nice. So people are hesitating. Somehow manager at last caught 2 people. You guys have to go. You are young fellows and you can go. So they said, okay, we'll go. So they went to airport in the car. And the flight was little half an hour late. They slept off in the car only. The Maharaj is coming out. And he's standing. Is there no one to receive here? And these fellows are slept. They got up and saw 1 hour was over. So then Maharaj took a cab and came to temple many years ago. So in this way now, why these fellows slept off? Anybody can say? Why they slept off in the car? Of course, they parked the car in the airport. They were waiting for the flight. Flight was half an hour late. They slept off. Why they slept off? He's saying they didn't take it seriously, he's saying. Okay? Anybody else? Without? Huh? Without heart they are saying. Give him an applause. You understand? Because it's not that they were longing to do that service. They were supposed to do that service. They were scheduled to do that service. This is the difference between Vaidhi and Raga. Raga means you do it with love. And Vaidhi means do it out of duty. Correct, no? Sense of duty, you do it. Okay, I am supposed to do this service. So they were doing like that. So when you are supposed to do, then your love, your heart doesn't, swell with love. Then you can also sleep because the intensity of your eagerness to serve is not that much. But when you have love, you don't expect anything. Correct, no? That's the point. So Vrindavan Vasis are serving in which platform? Due to duty or love? Love. That's the point. Many pious people do it out of a sense of duty. Like they will say that, every Friday I'm supposed to go to this temple. Every Tuesday I'm supposed to go to that temple. And they also seasonally go to different temples also. In one season they will go to one temple, another season another temple. They will do some rituals, vratas, pujas, upavas. But they have some goal. One mother was telling, I am doing upavas on every Tuesday. I asked, why Mataji? Why? I want my son to get into IIT. They do upavas for some material reasons. They do like that, isn't it? For getting some material goals. And they do it as a duty, they do it. But in love, there is no expectation. Love is voluntary, love is pure, love is unmotivated. And you render service to the Lord with pure heart. Vijayabasis are like that. That's what they are saying. How can you forget these people who are very close to your heart? Even the cows and calves and deers are very close to you. They are also weeping in your absence. They are saying. Vidagdha mrudu sadguna sushila snigdha karuna tumi tomar nahi dosha bhasa. तबे ये तुम्हारा मन नाही स्मरे व्रज जन से हमारे दुर्दैव विलास. See, after saying like this, Radharani became a little afraid. I just called him as a hard-hearted fellow. How you can be so hard-hearted, Krishna? That you forgotten your mother, your father, your friends, your gopis, and your cows and calves and deers. You have forgotten all of us altogether. Don't you feel the pinch of missing us? And then they thought that probably you have chastised him too much now. Better speak some sweet words. So they called him as Vidagdha. Oh, you are most refined. You are gentle. They're saying that. Oh, Krishna, you are certainly a refined gentleman. With all good qualities. You are well behaved, soft-hearted, merciful. I know that there is not even a tinge of fault to be found in you. Yet your mind does not even remember the inhabitants of Vrindavan. This is my only misfortune and nothing else. So she's saying that you can't be blamed. Who is to be blamed? We have to be blamed because it is our misfortune. Because you have all good qualities. We are, it's not in our taqdeer, it's not written in our fate that we can have you. And they are saying. नागाणी आपन दुःख देखी व्रजेश्वरी मुख व्रज जने हृदय विदारे केवा मारा व्रजवासी केवा ज्याओ व्रजे आसी के न ज्याओ दुःख सहाय वारे Radharani is saying, Nagani apana dukkha. I am not talking about my miseries. I am talking about Brajeshwari Mukha. Brajeshwari is Yashoda. And when I look at Yashoda's face, weeping, or Brajajaner Hridaya Vidare, the hearts of the Vrajavasi is breaking, that causes me more pain than me feeling pain in your absence. Kiva Mara Vrajavasi, whether to kill the Vrajavasis, or Kiva Jiyava Vrajayasi, or to give life to Vrajavasis. Both are in your hands only. Kena jyava dukkha sahai bare. She's telling that, why are you simply keeping them alive in a state of suffering? She's asking. तुम्हारा ये अन्य वेश अन्य संग अन्य देश व्रज जने कबू नहीं भाय व्रज भूमि चढ़िते नारे तोमा ना दे किले मरे व्रज जनेर की हबे उपाय. See, now you have got Anya Vesh means what? Earlier you were wearing turban, now you are wearing mukut. Earlier you were playing on the flute, now you are holding a bow and arrow as a king. Earlier you were wearing a pitambar and a Angavastra in the top and wearing a garland of, forest flowers. And now you are wearing kavach on your body. And you are wearing a kingly dress. Earlier you were walking barefoot in Vrindavan. Now you are wearing sandals and you are standing on a chariot, which is driven by horses. Earlier you were in Vrindavan, in the bank of Yamuna, in the Vamshivat forest, playing on the flute, where the bumblebees are humming, cuckoos are cooing, peacocks are dancing, and the deers and monkeys and cows and calves, they are surrounding you. But now you are surrounded by elephants and horses and rattling chariots. So this is what they are calling as Anya Vesha, Anya Sangha, Anya Desha. What is this? Not at all kabuna hi bhai. Actually, none of these things appeal to our hearts, they are saying. We are simple Vrindavan Vasis. Rajabhumi chadite nare. We don't want you to leave Vrindavan like this. Tumana dekile mare. Because without seeing you, we will perish. Because you are our pran. You are our life and soul. Rajajaner ki habe upai. How will Vrajavasis maintain their life without you? They are asking. तुम्हें व्रजेर जीवन व्रज राजेर प्राणधन तुम्हें व्रजेर सकल संपद. कृपार्द्र तुम्हार मन आसी जावो व्रज जन व्रजे उदय कराव निज पद. Yeah. Oh Krishna, you are the life and soul of Vrindavan Dham. You are especially life of Nanda Maharaj. You are the only opulence in the land of Vrindavan. And you are very merciful. Please come and let all the residents of Vrindavan live. Kindly keep your lotus feet again in Vrindavan. Like that they are calling. Shuniya Radhika Vani Vraja Prema Mane Ani Bhave Vyakulita Dehamana. व्रजलोके प्रेम शुनि अपना के ऋणी मानी करे कृष्ण तारे आश्वासन. So after hearing all these prayers by Radharani, Krishna's love for inhabitants of Vrindavan was evoked, and his body and mind became very much perturbed. After hearing of the love for Krishna, he immediately thought himself to be always rini, indebted to the residents of Vrindavan. Then Krishna began to pacify Radharani as follows. Now Krishna is going to speak now. So earlier I was telling you, when Uddhava returned to Dwaraka to tell Krishna, where the more Uddhava spoke about Ujvasis, Krishna, Balaram, both of them fell flat on the ground, loudly crying. Hearing that, all the queens were surprised. You know, he is the king of Dwaraka, he is falling flat on the ground and crying. So Krishna had so much love at that time also. Here also, hearing all these prayers, Krishna's heart melted. So he's going to speak. Prana priya shuna mora ye satya vachana. Tomar savar smarane juro muyi ratri dine mora dukkha na jane ko na jana. My dearest Radharani, please hear me. I am speaking the truth. I cry day and night simply upon remembering all you inhabitants of Vrindavan. No one knows how unhappy this makes me. So this I told you in the last class. When Krishna was the king of Dwaraka, the queens of Dwaraka saw that Krishna's body is here, but his heart is in Vrindavan. Because it's always calling the inhabitants of Vrindavan, it's calling his covered boys, covered girls, names. Even in the night dreams he's getting. So what Krishna spoke further, I will speak in the next class. Only one verse I started now, but from this verse we will continue. Krishna's response is very important, and then we will complete the chapter next time. Shri Prabhupada ki. I can take 5 minutes questions. We have time. The next class is going to start here. We have to quit now. But if any of you had any questions, you can write to voicemedia.pune@gmail.com. I'll type it for you. So you can write to the correct Sharko? Voicemedia.pune. You write any question. If you write any question, I will respond to this in the next class when I come. Next month when we speak. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki.
Jai.
Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki.
Jai.
Shri Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki.
Jai. Let us all thank His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu for this wonderful class by loudly chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Now it's time that we should go to our respective Bhakshastri and foundation classes. सारे हिंदी भक्त अपने अपने फाउंडेशन क्लास और